We're here with Gary Nager, the publisher of Neighborhood News, and wanted to bring you a legislative update for Florida House District 63, which covers much of North Tampa, including New Tampa and all of its surrounding neighborhoods and community.
It's nice to be able to do this kind of meeting where you get to talk to constituents and we get to discuss issues that are pertinent not only to our specific area, but also, to the state of Florida as well as your entire district. So thank you for having me.
So, the bills that I carried and passed. In the Florida House, we are able to carry, it used to be 6, but now it's 7 bills each year. So you really have to make them count. One is abandoned cemeteries, House Bill 37. It was inspired by the Tampa Bay Times reporting on the Zion Cemetery. And maybe some of you have seen that reporting or heard about it, but there's an issue where African American cemeteries were segregated. It's a part of Florida's segregated past. And what happens is sometimes property changes hands and the property records don't reflect that there used to be cemeteries there. And so they get lost to time. But now there's a renewed interest in locating those cemeteries, and this bill creates a statewide task force to help identify them and then also think through best practices for how to honor the dead that were buried there. So that's a very good one, passed unanimously and was signed by the governor, and it becomes law on July 1st. Fantastic. The second is House Bill 7051. So some of the things that this bill does, creating minimum standards statewide for basic training for law enforcement, which I know sounds alarming that we didn't have that before, and how it's going to help with training, ensuring that all of our law enforcement officers and correctional officers across the state would have uniform basic training, getting trained on the duty to intervene, to provide medical assistance to those who are in their custody who are in need, to limit the use of chokeholds, requiring them to use de-escalation techniques and to report use of force incidents to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. It also establishes a minimum age of arrest in Florida, which is hard to believe that we didn't have one. And this was spurred by the arrest of a child who was 6 years old in Orlando, arrested in her classroom, along with some other really wonderful changes. And we just need the governor to sign it into law.
I just want to say I admire you and your positive attitude, because I believe it would be easy to be overwhelmed by the partisanship. So being able to stand up and be bipartisan, really the focus should be the good of the people of Florida, not the good of one group over another. And so really, thank you so much. God bless you and continue to protect you and hold you up, because you're doing important work.
Great.
Thank you, Jody. I appreciate that, and I receive both the blessings and the protection. And I'm with you. To me, there's a very real difference between campaigning and governing, right? And campaigning, campaign trail. You expect to see the partisanship, but when it comes to governing, we have a job to do, and we all took an oath. We all took an oath to uphold the Florida Constitution, to uphold the U.S. Constitution. And to me, I tend to take that perspective that we should focus on getting things done. I thank you all so much for participating. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here. Thank you.